Yesterday, I was over the moon. If you didn't see my video, I just had the biggest scoop of my life talking to a CBS insider who gave me some information on what's going down with Star Trek. What a shakeup. Now, they're still going forward in the Trek Access Media for exactly what's going to be going on with Academy. Look at this. Exclusive director Jonathan Frakes talks lots of levity in Starfleet Academy. I always notice this. Trek Movie, Trek Central. There's a bunch of sort of, like, again, access media sites that just report on Trek. And who is this? MH News Desk by the MH Times. Who is this? MH Themes. Is this just the website type of thing? Okay, there's a WordPress theme. So who owns Trek Central is a good question. Let's try this. Trek Movie was created on 2006. The same day it was announced J.J. Abrams had a finalized 5-year deal with Paramount Pictures, including a new Star Trek film. This is interesting. This site started with Abrams Trek. Very, very interesting. Scooping big Trek news. So how did they get that news? So there's a rumor that these sites are related to Secret Hideout and Abrams, and that they get the access because they will just be mouthpieces for them, right? So it's interesting. Maybe I'll see. Maybe I'll ask these guys. Look at this. How do they have this much of a staff? Like, because I'll tell you what. I will show you how this all works. And I will show you a very, very interesting thing about the Trek media right now, which is that there's no way a website like this can hire a staff of this many people. It just does not. It does not pencil. Because I run my own website. It's called Fandom Pulse, and we have myself and one other person. And and then I have a couple contributors who we help out, just not every day, but regularly, right? And but even with this, I have to pay for this out of my own my YouTube revenue pays for the website. I do not make money off of this, and I cover bigger things than Star Trek. We cover everything: video games, TV, movies, and we get around 300,000 views per month. So I'm on a website right now called SimilarWeb where I can track this, and I go to trekmovie.com. And if you go to trekmovie.com, it'll tell you that they get around 738,000 views per month. Now, SimilarWeb overstates things, which I've seen on traffic quite a bit. So they are probably really around 400,000 views per month. 400,000 views per month will make, and I love having this is why the media doesn't like me. That makes in ad revenue perhaps $8,000 a year. That's it. Okay. And so I don't use ads on Fandom Pulse. We just have subscribers, right? And that's I think it's a better model because I don't have to water down my coverage for advertising, and I don't have to try to get access from these people, right? But look at all this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people here. So there's no way $8,000 a year covers this. So somebody else has to be paying for it, right? Because social media managers don't just do this for free, right? Staff writers might, editors don't do it for free. So you get all this stuff. Video reviewer. So if this makes so somebody else is paying for this, and it could be Secret Hideout as like a marketing expense, keeping this going, keeping Trek Central going, right? And which let's look at Trek Central. Same sort of thing. Let's look at this. So Trek Central is a large, rapid digital media platform run by fans for fans. Why not get involved? Interesting. Again, you've got all these contributors right here working on this, and it's not endorsed by Viacom CBS Studios or the Star Trek franchise. Redwood Media Ltd. So they actually are running a limited liability company off of this as well, which is very interesting. Who is this, right? And so same thing. So Trek Central, I'll tell you how many clicks they get per month too. Same thing. Trek Central, because they're .net. track. How did they get .net, not .com? .net. They get about 39,000 clicks per month. So I don't know how Trek Movie got so much bigger than Trek Central, because I always thought this site was bigger. But that means they're getting about 20,000 clicks per month. So they're not even getting like any ad revenue or anything. So again, who's funding this? Who's giving? Because they have all the information. They have new stuff every day on Legos, on all this stuff coming out of Star Trek. It seems like these are propaganda pieces that are possibly funded by a secret hideout, right? And so that's my theory, and that's where they're getting these sort of things. This is the Trek media that we deal with, right? And this is just puff pieces on everything all the time. And I didn't even get to this yet, which is what I meant to talk to in the video. Lots of levity in Starfleet Academy. So Trek Movie spoke with Jonathan Frakes. Again, just very odd that they just get direct access to these folk. And I did direct Starfleet Academy. It was beautiful with Tatiana Maslany, the great Holly Hunter. By the way, she's great in the show. Yeah. Okay. One of the most well-prepared, instinctive, smart, clever. She's an Academy Award-winning actress. She gets it. She gets it. She has great ideas. Yeah, she's a winner. That's really vague praise. Academy Award winner. You know that, right? Now, I've heard from my insiders that that she really does not work in a Star Trek capacity whatsoever, and that's just painful to watch her. So, interesting stuff right there. But it's a puff piece, right? And Jonathan Frakes plays the game. That's why he still gets directing jobs. He just does what they say and then says, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. It's great. And that's how you get jobs, right? So that's where it's at. So this is interesting. And this scares me more about Academy as he gets into this. Because, again, this is like, he doesn't talk about, and none of these people ever talk about, the science is amazing in this. Like, it's really harkens back to real Trek, where we have like real science fiction writers doing this still, like we used to, right? No, they don't talk about that. Oh, this is really powerful pieces like that says a lot and really speaks to the future, gives a sense of wonder and a sense of heroism. We never hear that, right? When was the last time you heard that about a Star Trek, like when these people were talking about it? Never. To his credit, Academy has lots of levity and great. Lots of levity. You know, like puppet shows and singing episodes. Lower Decks. We've seen lots of levity before, and it means they're not taking Star Trek seriously. And that's what I've heard coming forward, is that the writing on this, that the episodes of this are worse than Section 31. That's a big deal. And when you get into this, this is going to be a massive problem. So he likes the actors. I'm sure he does. I'm a massive fan of his. I think most actors are. I said, how's it been? He said, I've been having such a good time. Then he leans in and says, maybe too good of a time. Well, okay. I hope you are. So again, I'm grateful. I search out the levity in any script, especially with the Treks, because there's so much. Now, in Academy, it's there. It helps keep the rhythm of the cutting and the storytelling. Okay. Not much said about it other than, this is going to be more lightweight stuff that kind of mocks Star Trek again. It's a parody of Star Trek. That's what we've seen with Strange New Worlds, and that's what we're going to see here. It's a big red flag. Giamatti said he's happy as a pig in shit. I mean, like, why? This is not the inspired humanity of Gene Roddenberry's vision, right? I mean, a big problem here. But look at these sites; they promote it like it's a good thing, and that's a good thing. That's how you can ridiculous. So there's not much to this. So there's going to be another Big Bang spinoff. Okay, great. And that's it. And so they're talking about Jonathan Frakes' other work now. So there's not much here talking about Starfleet Academy, or even they don't even really give you a hint of any of what it's about, because they know that it's not real Star Trek. They know the fans are going to reject it. They know it's not going to work well. And they still got to sound like they're positive about things. A culture of toxic positivity in the media. And so it's coming from Trek Movie. It's coming from Trek Central. It's coming from all these outlets. And who's paying for these outlets? That's the great question here that I wonder today. Interesting, isn't it? Please hit the like, subscribe button, and join us here as we talk about all things Star Trek unfiltered, my friends. This is my pop culture website, Fandom Pulse. I broke the story yesterday that Kurtzman is out from an insider, and it's not been repeated throughout the rest of the media. This is it. We're the only place saying it right now. Of course, Tachyon Pulse has been talking rumors about this for months as well, so got to give him credit. But there's the real Trek media is absolutely silent. And they're silent because they're paid to be. That's the only logical conclusion. All right. Leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for being here. We'll be back soon. This is fandompulse.com. Thanks.